Welcome everybody to 49ers Postgame Live here at the Gold Bar Whiskey here at Treasure Island in San Francisco. You are looking live here at Treasure Island, Gold Island, San Francisco, where your San Francisco 49ers win. They got the win. The most important win of this season, winning over the Seahawks as they continue their domination over the Seahawks, 36-24. 49ers with the win now are back at the 500 mark at 3-3. Here live on this Thursday night here, Professor B here. Niners coming out with a must-win game here as we are live. We are live for our post game. And catching us on YouTube, if you want to come on and talk. And we're going to be here for a little bit. We're here at, right here looking live at the beautiful Gold Bar Whiskey. And we look at some of the injuries right now. We're actually, for you 49er faithful, this was a big win for the Niners tonight. They go on to win this game. They really have dominated. Seahawks came back in the second half and gave it a scare, but the Niners, they just bared down. They bared down and did not give up. They win the game. A must-win game, 3-3. They knew the prospect of the consequences. If they were to fall tonight, they would be 2 games out of first. They would face the prospect being already 0-3 in the division. They're already, and you know, this was no margin for error. If you want to come and talk 49ers tonight, post-game, hotline. The hotline will be at 628 The hotline number is 628 270 9521. That's 628-720-9521. If you want to come on live for 49ers side, live you're watching youtube.com/@NinersRadio49 here at the Gold Bar Whiskey here in San Francisco's Treasure Island. Here tonight, Professor B here. We're going to get you out to the 49ers post-game presser in just a few moments. All right, we had some technical difficulties. Our Wi-Fi was giving us some problems, so we apologize for the. We are going to go to the post-game presser for Kyle Shanahan and the players right now. We're going to go. We're going to go to that right now. The video footage is courtesy of 49ers.com. In his presser, we're going to give it to you in just a few moments. Niners will win. We're going to recap the game. We're going to try to get somebody to come on by in a few. So all right, if you want to talk 49er football, our hotline tonight is our new hotline is 1-628-270-9521. That's 1-628-270-9521. If you want to talk 49er football tonight, we got Kyle Shanahan right now in his presser. We're about to give it to you in just a second. We're going to get you up this Luman field to give you what he had to say, what his thoughts of tonight's game. As we're going to show you that.
That's all they saw. It was 100% see the ball. They said you could tell how the game would be Thursday night football. A bunch of camera angles, so let's see. We got some better angles. Mark just told me that he didn't, and then about 2 minutes later, I heard all the guys in the box freaking out saying they saw another angle and it was a fumble. So yeah, they only know what they see, so they didn't see, I think, what everyone else saw on TV. Hamp. Yeah.
With all the,
Brian Hampton.
with all the offensive stuff, I mean, Renardo Green's interception there came at a really good time. So just how did he make that play, and just what did you see of it?
That was huge. I mean, I just saw it looked like they sailed it a little bit over DK, or maybe underthrew it, and he cut in front of him. It was a hell of a play by him. Hell of a job by Malik, too, getting in the pick. I thought a rookie stepped up big time today, all of them. But Renardo was huge coming in for Mooney. You know, Mooney was a game-time decision. Tried to get him going. He tried to go, but the workout didn't go well before the game, and Renardo and the whole defense stepped it up.
Your team has faced some of these games before, early in the season when things aren't going right, has won a lot of them. Is that something you communicate to them, or do you feel it in a week like this where this team just has the feeling that it's going to be able to pull a game like this out?
No, I mean, you know that we're sick about those two losses that we had, and we know, I talked about some losses are harder than others, and when you feel like you had those won, especially division games, that's made us sick about it. And we've gone on a stretch here the last 2 years where we've won a lot of games in a row, and a lot of the fourth quarters and some of those win streaks these last 2 years haven't been that tight. Guys have been able to relax a little bit and stuff, and we've been talking about how these two losses are a reminder on how the NFL works. And I think we got a little spoiled in that way of just human nature of sometimes feeling too relaxed, and you can never feel too relaxed. I thought we played real well in the second half, but that doesn't mean it's easy to win. And it's that's how it works. We played well. They played well. They came back and made some plays, which made it tighter, and I was glad that our guys could fight through that, realize that games are really never over where you can just sit and chill in the fourth quarter. You got to go beginning to the end, and we got that experience today.
What did you see how Miranda? Did you feel like he was on the verge of breaking a big one?
You always feel like guys are close. We were running the ball pretty well all day. When they're going to really commit to stopping the run and try to get in those 8-man fronts. We got a good bounce read where we got outside, and usually when there's not two safeties there, which I don't think there were, you break them, and he's got the speed to do it. He said he's an eyelash slower than Raheem, and they had a pretty fast guy chasing him, but he said he wanted to give that to Juice, so it ended up working out well. Got to run more time off the clock.
You want to see him slide there at the end?
Hell no, we want him to score, and I don't think he slid, and that's what he's claiming. I think 21's a fast player, and he got him a little bit there at the end, I think. I'll see it. You guys saw it. But it ended up working out better for us.
Given how well Mooney has matched up with DK, was there some pregame concern about how you're going to deal with Metcalf?
No, not really. It's, he wouldn't have done that anyways tonight, just, being on an injury. And I think Demo's one of the best corners in the league. I love Demo, and we got a young rookie in Renardo stepping up. I think Ike's done a hell of a job, and I think we got a lot of players in our secondary.
How close was it with Charvarius
it was close enough to where it was a game time decision. You know, he went and worked out, and it was close, but couldn't go.
Another special teams blunder, I guess you would say. What can you do about that now? There's like one a game now. How do you go in there? Do you get involved? What can happen now?
I mean, I thought the special teams made some plays today. They got a fumble for us, a huge recovery, which I forget whether that led to a field goal or touchdown. Last week they scored a touchdown with a block kick, returned for a touchdown. I thought we didn't have a great kickoff, and from what I saw live, we had an unblocked guy who missed a tackle, and then they hit the lane. So we got to get better at tackling. We'd love to get a better kickoff and stuff, and we got to keep challenging ourselves as coaches, our players, everybody. Especially when you got some guys down on defense, it does. You guys can see that, and it's even worse on special teams when that happens. But we got to do better. But I was still happy they made some plays today too.
Are you challenging the kickers to make a tackle?
The hell no, I don't. I don't know how I feel about that anymore. When they break through and they're the only line left, I would never be the coach that says just let them score. But dang, that's 2 weeks in a row, and I just got his name last night, and Matt was unbelievable today. He was 3 for 3 on field goals, and that was huge for him to stop him. I mean, it looked like they could have scored if he wasn't there, so I just hope he's all right.
You got his name last night, did you learn who he was last night?
I mean, the first time I've seen him, yeah. But yeah, you guys, I mean, I don't waste thoughts on stuff that I don't need to know. Like
You wanted him to kick it into the end zone.
same with all of your injury questions. I really don't learn stuff I don't need to know.
That
So
was the strategy to have him kick it right at the goal line. You wanted it to be further than that.
yeah, you'd like that, and it was something that he was struggling with a little bit. So when that happens, you try to get more air on it, so it gives our guys time to get down there. But it didn't work.
All right, guys, appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, that was Kyle Shanahan. We're picking up the video feed courtesy from the 49ers.com. No copyright intended. It's for educational, just giving you all the information from the 49ers. So if you want to come on and talk tonight on 49ers Radio Live, we're going to be here for a bit. We're here at the Gold Bar Whiskey here in San Francisco's Treasure Island. Just tuning in, 49ers were winners over the Seattle Seahawks. They increased their winning streak to 6 consecutive games. 6 in a row. That is the longest. So that's the 6-game winning streak. So we're going to be on here for a bit, talking Niners Radio, 49ers postgame live tonight. And just a reminder, we had to for our 49ers tailgate show, we had there was a copyright issue for one of the songs was unintentional. We were trying to get on there that intercepted. It was a song by the great late Bill Withers, "Lovely Day," and we're going to have to redo. I'm going to have to redo that show in its entirety. We're going to have to edit that song because of copyright issues, and it's not no intent, but we always want to respect the people with the copyright, with the music issues. But no, we're not here to It's just sharing the information, sharing all the information that we get from these footages. Was just sharing it for all you fans. So the Niners, after this, they'll have a mini bye week, and then on Sunday, October 20th, exactly 10 days time from now, they'll take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Then on the 27th, in 17 days from now, a little more than 2.5 weeks from now, they'll play the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas Cowboys, and that's going to be, we're going to show you right now to Deebo Samuel is on the mic.
I really wasn't even looking at the safety. At the beginning, I kind of had to fake block the outside linebacker, and he fell off. And then I see the ball in the air, and once the ball in the air, we always talk to attack it, and then whatever happened, that's it. It's off to the races.
Deebo, just down 2 games in the division, can you describe a must-win situation, or if it was a must-win situation?
It was definitely a must-win, but kind of look at must-wins a little different. Must-wins are like if you lose, you're done. So at the end of the day, we treat it as a must-win for sure to get back on track. And, we got this mini bye and then get back to work on Monday, Tuesday, whichever day Cal want to have a bonus practice.
It's not the first time you guys have had your backs against the wall a little bit and come up with a big win. What is it about this team that allows you guys to, in these kind of moments, meet them?
Really like not being ourselves, like not turning the ball over. Really, that's the main thing. Defense getting turnovers. We had 2 today, 2 picks, and 2 rookies stepped up on defense and made plays for us.
What it's like to see that? I mean, not only the 2 guys on defense, but the rookie running back.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't know why he didn't score. I would have scored. He said he was looking at the sideline, and people was telling him to go down for what I don't know, why he looking at the sideline running anyway. But, man, that's just huge. It's kind of like next man up mentality. We always want Mooney out there, but Renardo went out there and took advantage of the opportunity he had.
What did you see from just George's first touchdown when he's able to get the full feet down?
That was a dot for sure from Brock. And the concentration by George with a guy kind of raking at it and getting his feet in bounds.
You guys had 483 yards total offense. Did this feel more like your guys' kind of game?
We feel like every game is our game. If we don't turn the ball over, like if we don't beat ourselves on, it's kind of hard to give a game away, So I feel like we don't turn the ball over and manage the clock like we normally do and run the ball well and hit passes here and there. I feel like we're pretty good.
Deebo, Mike McDonald, Seahawks head coach, was in charge of that Ravens defense on Christmas Day where you guys a really rough time. How much?
Say it again?
Mike McDonald, Seahawks head coach, was running the Ravens defense, gave you guys a real hard time on Christmas Day last year. How much does it mean for Brock and for all of you guys to come in here and just kind of put that to rest?
I didn't even know that. I don't know that we was thinking about that. Either we was just coming in and knew we had a game today, and it was a must-win, and we went out there and got to do it.
How do you spend the long weekend before getting ready for the
Oh, we just cool. Like, we vibe and got to get off your feet a little bit and rest.
All right, great. Thanks.
All right, that was Deebo Samuel on the mic on the podium. 49ers talking about that play he did on that 76-yard catch in reception from Brock Purdy. We're watching on the monitor over here at the Gold Bar Whiskey on the monitor on the Bigtron on KTVU Fox 2 in the Bay Area, the Fox affiliate in the Bay Area. 49ers were winners over the Seattle Seahawks by a score of 36-24. Professor B here. We're now at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. The game ended probably a little more than a half hour ago. We'll get you back up to Luman Field at Seattle. The Niners So the Niners taking care of business, and they handed their 6th consecutive win, the longest winning streak against the Seahawks since Niners have now beaten them 6 straight. So and we were looking at our 49ers Seahawks football database and the all-time results. The Niners have beaten them 6 straight now. They have won 6 in a row. That includes the playoffs. This is what after Seattle had dominated San Francisco from 2012 for nearly a decade, for the previous decade. You go back from late December of 2012 and their Super Bowl run as champions of the NFC to more recently where the Niners end up the Niners the Seahawks had their number pretty much. They end up losing the 2 games. They split the season series and split 2 games in 2012, and then the shellacking in the season's next to last week, 42-13, on that Sunday night football game where we all remember when Cam Chancellor late that hit on Vernon Davis, and that maybe people felt this, So we're going to go back over to Seattle. It's
I think there was.
Nick Bosa.
Obviously, but when your backs are against the wall, it kind of brings it out of you. And I'm just glad when the momentum swung there, we stuck with it, and that was kind of the message all week. We got the win.
Kind of situation with your backs against the wall. What is it about this kind of core group of guys that allows you to meet the moment in games like this?
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely do better all around. We kind of let teams back in it, but we've been through so many situations and so many different games that we're experienced, and that helps in this league.
When you give up, not you, but the special teams gives up touchdown, and then they get the ball back and they score again. It's only one score game. Is it a conversation you're having on the sidelines? What's kind of the
We just kind of talked about good or bad, keep that same even keel, next play mentality, and it was crucial to do that there.
The Renardo Green interception there came at a pretty good time too. Were you on the field for that one, or what?
I was. Yeah. Kind of one of my worst rushes of the day. So thankfully, he held it a little bit and threw it to him. But I'm happy for him. He's a Florida kid, so I always pull for them. And he's very, very talented, and we got to see it tonight.
Shanahan said back in the spring we had a sense that the rookie class was going to be pretty good. Did you get that sense at any point, during the off-season summer?
For sure, yeah. Kind of right away in the preseason, they were popping. Obviously, it's a different deal when you're playing in real games, and they showed up tonight.
How do you feel about just how pressure, the pass rush, and the coverage tied together tonight?
I think our back end probably had one of their best games, and we needed it. And yeah, I mean, we rushed, we got pressure. Obviously, we want to get them down, and we had some opportunities there. But we got the win.
You've gotten some big wins in the stadium over the years, Nick. I mean, how can you guys parlay this into getting on a roll? Obviously, it starts next game against Kansas City.
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, this was a big one to get, and now we have a little time to get some guys healthy. And then, yeah, I mean, we have a long road ahead, and it starts with the team that we haven't beat yet since I've been here. So definitely trying to get the monkey off our back with that one.
You find out before the game that Mooney camp isn't going, JP, you lose, basically in the first half. You got rookies and other guys, backups out there touching the ball and playing key roles. At some point, are you thinking, how are we doing this?
No, I mean, I think anybody with a uniform on could play well, and Thursday night games are tough. There's definitely your legs feel it, especially when it's a battle like that, and there's so many people going in and out that I can't even keep track. But I didn't know JP got hurt, but I saw him rotating all the running backs. So I'm proud of the guys.
Nick, how much of a factor was Malik Collins been in your defensive line this year?
It's been huge. He's a great veteran leader, and obviously with Grave down, having him has been a massive thing for us. And he could rush. He plays the run really well, so it's been good.
Nick, Next Gen had you at 14 quarterback pressures. Did it feel that way?
Yeah, it felt that way.
What's the frustration when you have that many and you don't have the sacks to show?
It's a finishing business, especially when you're me and you're expected to finish. There's a couple close ones there where it was almost ball out, game over, and I just got to keep going. It's a long year, and just look at the tape and try and finish those, because that's what players like me need to do.
Are those more frustrating than not getting there at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to hit the quarterback, obviously, but you want to get there. You want to finish for your team. Thanks.
Thanks, Nick. And you guys have been in this position before in previous years, things aren't going great early in the season, and you get to a spot and you just figure out how to win it. Did you feel that? Did you talk about that this week? Did you sense
No. I mean, it's still early. It's only week 6. So, we can still right this ship without having to string off 9 straight wins, So today was important. It was every bit of a must win without technically being a must win.
What would you like to see the
Thank you.
Running back there at the end after the Seahawks score, they take off 76 yards and dive?
Yeah, I mean, we've all been waiting to see IG kind of turn it loose. We know he's a blazer. Reminds us a lot of Raheem Mostert. So I think Bobby T said he's an eyelash slower, but I don't know. The kid can run. So he said he was going down on purpose. So we'll give him that.
when you touchdown, a kickoff return for a touchdown, they score again? What was, in your mind, what was kind of the conversation of the team, given the losses you've had recently?
Well, each game is different, and we just had so much success on the offensive side of the ball. It's like no matter how loud they got, it never just lost confidence. We knew that, we didn't shoot ourselves in the foot with dumb penalties or, we can operate in the noise like we had been doing. We knew that we would, draw the ball down there and get in scoring position.
You scored in the red zone.
And we scored in the red zone. It's a big thing. Obviously we still kicked a few field goals. We'd like to see those get into the box, but yeah, that's one of the things that we're working on.
What do you see just from the offensive line as a whole? I mean, today averaged 6.9 yards a carry and no sacks. How do you feel like that group is coming together?
I think we're gelling pretty good. We're pretty much the same group outside of Pooney, but Pooney plays like he's been here a few years, so we got lucky with that. But, we're gelling. We just got to, obviously, as long as we can keep Brock upright, he's going to carve the defense up. As long as we can, get the running backs to the line of scrimmage clean, they're going to fall forward. They're going to get yards. So, we're not where we want to be, but we are on a good track.
Trent, you mentioned Pooney, guy never played right guard in college, and he comes in this new position. He seems like you said, a veteran. How amazing has that been to see?
That's amazing. I didn't know he didn't play right guard in college, so I just learned something. Yeah, which is crazy because, I mean, he literally has the makings of a Pro Bowl, All-Pro player at that position. So, but he's, like I said, he's a guy saying, man, he's a, really, really good kid, really, really professional. He gained his teammates' respect just by the way he carried himself.
What was your view on Brock's 3 touchdown passes? You know, he had the one to Debo and 2 to Kittle. So from your point of view, are you engaged? Are you seeing the ball in the air?
Yeah, I'm engaged. I think I seen Debo's, because the DN I was supposed to be blocking was chasing him in coverage, so I had a pretty good vantage point on that. I was kind of nervous because I know 53 can run, but obviously Debo got the full stride and it was game over. So, but yeah, Brock, as long as we keep him upright, as long as we keep the pocket clean, I mean, he's going to make the right decisions. He's going to put us in good position. So, we're not surprised by that.
You guys get the weekend off and then the Chiefs come to town. What does that game mean?
It's a game. It's another game. I mean, it's not like we can get payback for losing in the Super Bowl. That ship has sailed. So it's another game. We got to come out and try to play complimentary football. We got to, obviously, we know what type of team that is, one of the best teams in the league, all-star quarterback, great coach. So it's going to be a tough game regardless. So, we're going to take these 3 days off and regroup and come try to put a complete game together. All right. Appreciate y'all.
All right, that was both Nick Bosa and Trent Williams talking about the game. The Niners were winners tonight by a score of, and I think it's Brock Purdy is now on the podium.
Baltimore last year with Mike McDonald, but you obviously performed a lot better this time out. Were there things you saw in this game you kind of thought, okay, I see this and now I know how to navigate it?
I mean, sort of. I think just going into the game, it was, if they run this is my answer, and simple as that. I just try to keep it simple and obviously check the ball down when I needed to and hit my number 1 or number 2 in my progression as efficiently as I could, and I just kept it simple. Last year in that game, I feel like I just got out of rhythm and I was trying to force stuff and I just wasn't playing in the right mindset. Of being aggressive, being smart, and taking what the defense gave me. So I learned my lesson in that game, and then coming into this game, obviously new personnel. It's the Seahawks, not the Ravens, and so for me it was all right. Similar scheme, yes, but this is what we're trying to attack, and how can I be efficient as best as I can. So that was my mindset.
Brock, you mentioned kind of the need to find your identity as a team, and you have a game like this that you need to win, and then you have some injuries, and you have unseen replays, and all these things kind of going against you. What kind of step towards finding your identity do you think you took tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's always going to be stuff that you can clean up, and for us, our standard is high here, and so I think a lot of us would go to, all right, like we could have done this or that and be better here, but I think at the end of the day, man, it's a team sport, and so to go 4 quarters with all these different kinds of emotions and parts of the game, and to be able to rally together and defense get a turnover and then us score a touchdown at the end, and it's just that's team football, man, and that's the sport that we play. So I feel like we did take a step in the right direction for sure, and we're always going to have stuff that we're going to be hard on ourselves and need to grow and get better at, but I really do think that we all as a team came together and found a way today really well. So.
Can you please take us through the touchdown passes to Kittle and just your trust value with him?
Yeah, I mean, the first one you talking about, or both? The first one, man, yeah, just obviously a 3rd down play, but for us, I saw just him have leverage on the outside, and I just needed to give him some space. He did a great job of breaking down and being at the right depth and at the landmark, and he's really good at that. And so for me, it's just trusting and laying it on the sideline, knowing that my guy can go get it. And then the fact that he kept his 2 feet in was crazy. So awesome job on that. And then the second one, same thing, though. It was pretty tight coverage. We had a safety coming down on him, and then he cross-face, tight window. And it comes down to that component of trust, man. That's both of them. Both touchdowns were just a trust factor. So something that we've continued to grow at, throughout the offseason and throughout the games that we've played together. And then tonight it showed really well. So very proud of him.
Did this feel like how it should feel? Like, did you kind of feel like this was a get-right kind of game for the offense?
I mean, yeah, every opportunity we step out on the field, man, we want to do that. We want to get better and prove to ourselves that, we're going to play at the standard that we need to play at and that we're capable of playing at. And so tonight was another opportunity. It was a Thursday night game and a great team in the Seahawks, great environment. And so for us to come out and just do our job, do it well, and be efficient, I thought for all of us it was, like I said, the right step in the right direction. And so there's stuff that we can still get better at, but more than anything, man, I'm proud of just how we all stuck together, man, as a unit. And when guys got banged up or went down, the next guy came in and did their job really well. So that's a good sign for all of us, and we just got to continue to walk this road together.
What can you say about the rookies and the performance they had tonight, speaking of stepping up for people?
Yeah, it was awesome just seeing Renardo get his interception, Malik on the defensive side, man, that always fires us up on the offense. And then obviously Isaac getting in at the end and pulling away. It was sort of like a little throwback memory of like when Jordan Mason got in a couple years ago and he had his run at the end. And but for those guys to step in, man, it's the NFL. It's, this ain't college, and it's it's the real deal. You're playing against the best of the best. And so for those guys to show up on Thursday night, a primetime game like that, it means a lot to all of us as a team and them showing that. So we all got their backs, and we're going to continue to grow together.
That's good.
Thanks, guys.
Right here.
All right, that's Brock. Well, we got another one. Here's Fred.
The game, the way Bernardo ended the game.
Yeah, I can't say enough about it. So big. We talked about during the week it being a must-win and all those type of things, and the gravity of the game, and to have your young guys, rookies, coming in and making those type of plays to help win a game, so big. And really happy for them, happy for our team finding a way to win, and it was great seeing them do that.
What's it like when you're saying it's a must-win game in the locker room? Is it practice field? Is it different heading into one where you guys kind of have the emergency light going on a little bit, even though it's early in the season?
Yeah, I think we knew the gravity of the situation. We couldn't drop 0-3 in the division, to start the year. And my message to the guys on the field, during warm-ups was, just stay focused on the process, be in the moment. All this talk about must win, all this other stuff is great, but, how are we going to execute? How are we going to come out? What type of energy and tenacity are we going to play with? And I think everybody showed up the right way.
Fred, at the end of the third quarter, the Seahawks had a ton of momentum. Did it feel like you guys are going down the same path that you had the last 2 weeks?
1,000%. And, that was something, yeah, it sucks, but yes. It was something that felt familiar for sure. And I'm like, hey, we can go one of two ways right here. We can stand tall in a hostile environment in the game that we know that we got to get, or we can settle for exactly how we've been playing the last couple weeks, or the last couple losses we've had. And that's what I'm probably most proud about right now is the way we stood up.
What did you say about the talk on the sidelines? Was there talk before the game?
Yeah, I mean defensively, I think they had brought it to within one. Hey George, we had brought it within one. They had brought it within one score. And I'm looking at Bosa and some of the other guys, and I'm like, hey, like, you realize we're winning the game, and like we have the opportunity on defense to stall them out right now, and kill that momentum that they've gotten. So I think we went out and we stopped them on that drive, and the offense got the ball back, and the rest was kind of history. But it was one of those moments where it's like, hey, let's go do it.
I know you weren't on the field for the challenge that Kyle threw there with the punt return. But at what point is it making its way down the field that there was an angle that showed him touching the ball, or like how does that kind of work when you're on the sidelines? Do you hear about that at all?
No, I have no idea how any of that works. I let my head coach take care of all of that. He does a good job.
What can Bernardo Green's interception win from your end?
Yeah, I mean I'm back in coverage, and it looked like we got a hitch from Gino, and I thought Gino must have seen something that he liked, and I turned around to see Renardo pick that ball off, and my mindset was let's go score and try and get a block for him. Malik got his interception, and he ran right out of bounds. I'm like, what are we doing? So you got to learn. You got to learn. Hey, come on, let's go. We got to go.
Last one, red zone situation had been an issue. Did you see the first red zone touchdown? Did that feel like a kind of weight off the shoulders moment?
You talking about for our offense or? George, what did you guys do? You scored, didn't you? That was good.
Devo scored from 71 yards? Yours was the first round.
But yours was the red zone.
Touchdown, they're done.
Yeah, George is a good player for us, and he does a good job. So does Brock. Yeah, I'm not really worried about whatever they got going on. I know they'll take care of business and do what they got to do. It's our job on defense to be better in the red zone ourselves.
DK had 11 targets, only 3 catches, and that looked like maybe it was going to be an issue without Mooney there. I'm sure not staring at the secondary, but what's your assessment of what the job they did?
I can't say enough about it. That was a big thing for us pregame. We lose obviously one of our best corners before the game starts, and guys are getting shuffled around. He's a big part of what they do. I don't know what was going on with their offense. It didn't seem like he was kind of rotating in and out. But yeah, we made his life hard for most of the game, and I know he got some on us, but we got more, and I'm so proud of our back end and the way that they competed.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
George is our last one.
All right, that was Fred Warner talking about the game tonight and Brock Purdy, and we have another.
One of the grimy ones.
It's George
Yes.
Kittle now on the mic. 49ers
We made it grimy, yes.
Post-game
Well,
live on
technically they
Niners
made it
Radio.
grimy. Like,
49.
what a response. We score a touchdown, go up 23-3, and then they go right down with a kickoff return for a touchdown. We don't do anything on offense. They go down again and score, like a 95-yard drive. I think all that does is reiterate that winning in the NFL is really difficult. It doesn't matter who you play. Anybody can win on any given Sunday. Great movie. But I was just proud of our offense, too. Our defense held them for an incredibly long time, got them through the 2-minute warning, had to score on 4th down, so they burned a ton of time off the clock. And then I was just pumped that Coach Shanahan committed to our outside run. Like, it wasn't pretty the entire day, but when they finally gave us a look that we've been practicing the entire week, we executed, and Isaac went for however far that was, 70-something yards? 71, decent. And then he slid, too, just so Kyle could get a touchdown. Kyle's in everybody's ear about that stuff. It's hilarious.
You guys have been in these positions before where your back's kind of against the wall. What is it about this core that allows you guys to kind of meet the moment when you have these must-win type of scenarios?
I thought it wasn't a must-win.
Close to, just short of this.
I think, Coach Shanahan's been here for 8 years. We've had a lot of guys who've been here 4 years plus. We've been in a lot of big games. We've won a lot of big games. We've lost some big games. And so it's just, we are experienced in the moment. We try our best to not let it get too big for us. When you have new guys in the huddle, whether it's new guys to the team from, Saubert to Isaac, Chris Conley's playing a lot this year. You just when you have new guys out there and when they feel the confidence from all the guys who've been through there before, they feel like they fit right into it and they have that confidence as well. So, it's just our team's been in those situations and we've done pretty good with those, especially, here on the road in Seattle with an amazing fan base who just despises us, which I absolutely love. It's actually fun. The guy in the corner with all the crazy signs, I gave him my hat after the game. I don't think he liked it, but that was I enjoyed that one. But it's just, I think we have a lot of experience to go through these types of games. How rewarding? 3 touchdowns in my birthday week. Thank you, Brock. It's fun too, when you have the exact same look on technically 2 different plays, but they look the same on 2 red zone touchdowns from one of the Cardinals last week and then this one. This is my second one tonight. They're basically the exact same look, different routes, but ended up looking the same. I don't know if I'm going to get that look again, but hopefully people keep covering me like that. That's really fun.
Can you go through the first touchdown catch? Because it kind of from our angle looked like we had no idea how the ball got in there and got it.
Brock's good at football. And, it's a play that we installed probably 3 years ago. We've run it for a long time. We've called it maybe a couple times in a game. It's a third down play for us. And for us to call in the red zone, we run it all the time in practice. It always ends up like that. They were in a really funky coverage against it, though, but Brock put it in the perfect spot possible. And I don't know if you guys come to our practices, but Coach Fleury, my tight ends coach, makes me do toe taps on the sideline twice a week. So helped out a little bit. Yes, Matt.
About the difficulty level of that, concentrating on making the catch, knowing where you are, and making sure you get your feet in. How difficult is that for you?
It's a tough play, but I've been in the league for 8 years. I played a lot of football. Those are the plays that I've been pretending to have since I was a kid, with my dad in the backyard. Like, those are the plays that you dream of. And it's just fun to have the opportunity to do that tonight. And whether it's practice reps, visualization, whatever it is, that's what prepared me for the moment.
Why did you have to go to the locker room?
Say what?
Why did you have to go to the locker room?
I had to go to the bathroom. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe not.
Yeah, who knows? It's a question for my next podium will be next Thursday. See you guys then.
All right, that was George Kittle. George Kittle on the mic, talking about that, one play at a time and just staying in the moment. And it was a great all-around team victory tonight. The 49ers winning it by a score of 36 to 24. They now have dominated the Seattle Seahawks, have now won 6 in a row. And these two teams have been hooking up every year in this all-time series. You got to go way back. It's 1976. The Seahawks came into the NFL as an expansion team. In the early years, the Niners had their way. Won 3 of the first 4 games from 1976 through 1988. They only had played 4 times. They end up winning from 1906 to about games versus the Seahawks. Prior to they only played each other 6 times between 1976 through 1997. This is, of course, when the Seahawks resided all those years in the AFC West from the Jim Zorn, Chuck Knox Seahawks teams. And then, of course, Dennis Erickson was the head coach in 1997 with the Seahawks. And but then since 2002, after that season series sweep in 2002, There we go. Apologize for the inconvenience. We're just going to read off our box score. We're going to get ready to wrap it up in a few. So we're going a very short. We're here at the Gold Bar Whiskey. This is going to probably be our permanent home for most 49er road games. And I think I like the backdrop here in San Francisco. And we're going to be doing more of these when the Niners are on the road, selected road games. So 36-24 was the final score. We're going to give you the highlights. We're going to get ready to wrap it up in a few minutes' time. In the first quarter, Matthew Wright, who made his debut, 25-yard field goal that put the lead up for the Niners 3-0. Then Deebo Samuel with a 76-yard touchdown pass from Purdy that made it 10-0. Then the Niners get the ball back after the Seahawks muffed the fumble. Matthew Wright gets a 41-yard field goal. Then he later hits a 35-yard field goal, 16-0. Then George Kittle caught a 10-yard touchdown pass from Brock Purdy that made it 23-3. Lakeith Chenault, 97-yard kickoff return that made it 23-10. Then Kenneth Walker III, 1-yard touchdown run is 23-17. Then the George Kittle caught a second ball, a touchdown. The 2-point conversion was missed. Tyler Lockett, the longtime veteran for the Seahawks, 9-yard touchdown from Geno Smith is 29-24. And then Kyle Juszczyk, 6-yard run, made it 36-24, the final totals of the game. So final totals, Brock Purdy was 18 of 28, 255 yards, 3 touchdowns. Isaac Gudiarno, one of the big steals in the draft, had 10 carries and 99 yards, had the big 76-yard run that pretty much sealed the game for the 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 3 catches for 102 yards and a touchdown. Geno Smith, 312 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and he threw 2 interceptions. Kenneth Walker III, 14 carries for 32 yards, a touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 4 balls caught for 65 yards and a touchdown. So, with the win, the Niners improved their record to 3-3. Now they jump into first place because they beat the Seahawks head-to-head once already. They're now 3-3. Seahawks dropped to 3-3. A quick look at the NFC West standings. So the 49ers in the NFC West, they're now in first place because they beat Seattle head-to-head. They now have a half-game lead. And then it's the Arizona Cardinals who will be traveling to Lambeau Field to take on the Packers on Sunday. And then the Rams are 1-4. They'll be playing on Sunday as well. And they will be on Sunday. The Rams will be playing the LA Rams will be who they play on Sunday. I don't know. I'm trying to see. I believe the Rams are off this week. So the Rams, I think, are going to be on their bye week this week. And the Niners will take on, and then the Niners will have the mini bye. So the Niners get to go home. Going to be a nice flight trip back to the Bay tonight. And they're going to get a good, nice rest, and they get the weekend off. And then they're back at next week. They're prepared to take on the Kansas City Chiefs, the rematch of Super Bowls 54 and 58. That will be 10 days time from now. Kickoff time is at 1:25. That's going to be the Fox game. Rematch of Super Bowl 58 at the Mecca Levi Stadium against the 2-time defending Super Bowl champs. There are tickets available. Go to Ticketmaster.com. Ticketmaster official ticket provider for your San Francisco 49ers. And just a reminder, we'd like to thank all the staff of the Gold Bar Whiskey here behind me. Gold Bar Whiskey. They are wrapping it up for tonight. Shout out to them. Antonio Varlo, we were going to try to get him on our postgame, but he took off already. So I'm the last man on the Treasure Island standing. So I'm getting ready to wrap it up for tonight. We'd like to thank all you 49 fans for watching tonight. Tomorrow we'll have our Aftermath, 49ers Live, the Aftermath. We'll recap Aftermath special Friday edition of 49ers Aftermath Live, the Aftermath Victory Friday edition, special edition of 49ers Live Victory Friday Aftermath. We'll recap this game. We'll also go back in time this week as we continue this celebration of the 49ers Super Bowl anniversaries. This time we'll go back to 1994. It was week number 6 from October the 9th, I think October 9th, 1994, when the 49ers took on the Detroit Lions. They were, of course, this year we're honoring the 1994 49ers who won their last Super Bowl, their Super Bowl win. They're to take on the Detroit Lions at Pontiac, Michigan. The Niners will come off an embarrassing 40-8 loss at home to the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Niners are trying to get back on track. And this was the game against the Lions, which many people say was the turning point of the season. And that game, they came back down 14-0, was the beginning of the start of a 10-game winning streak for San Francisco. And we'll break that. We'll take a look at that game tomorrow. 49ers aftermath, and if time allows, we'll have 49ers tonight, live tonight as well on Friday. So that's it from here at the Gold Bar. Once again, the final score tonight, 49ers over the Seahawks. They pick up their first win in the division and, more importantly, in the conference. They're now 3-3. They're in first place in the NFC West. Latest news of the 49ers and so much more, go to 49ers.com. Check us out on all of our content on youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. And and again, thank you for the 49ers for from 49ers.com for the latest footage. It's no copyrights intended. It's for educational. We're trying to pick up for the stream to get people to tune in. And as always, for all you Niner fans, if you want to contribute to the Niners, we're building a thing here. Go to youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. Please hit the subscribe button. Our goal, our mission is trying to get 1,000 subscribers. And one more thing tonight, I will really like to, before we sign off, and I don't want to forget, tonight or yet this week, yours truly has been nominated to the Booster Awards special. That's going to be coming up on the Booster Awards. That's going to be the annual Booster Awards coming up on. It would be the Booster Awards. Yours truly. I didn't get a chance. I'm gonna kind of reiterate again. The Booster Awards the other day. It's a great awards thing, special thing. We're gonna be. I've been. And taking a look at. I'm going to be part of our platform, Niners Radio 49, with our affiliate, of course, Satellite Digital Media, is now yours truly been named a finalist to the first annual Entrepreneurship Boost Awards. Will take place next Wednesday night on October 16th on Post Street downtown, next to Union Square in downtown San Francisco. And as your host of Niners Radio 49, our flagship Satellite Digital Media News Network mediator, this is huge because I've been been doing this platform for quite some time, the last several years. The goal next to do at the Booster Awards is show off and react to my platform, what I do for my podcast. And I'd like to thank Peter Haas for helping me get into the Booster Awards. Shout out to the Niner Empire Gold Rush chapter, who I've been associated for the past 11 full seasons, doing tailgates since the final year at Candlestick Park of 2013. The following people I'd like to thank is Jay Asmarazza, one of the heads of the chapters, Antonio Arvalo for Gold Bar, Lisa Gutierrez who's the head of the 408 chapter, San Jose, South Bay, Trey Bracewell Anthony, her husband Chuck, Jamie Garrison, Brian Bauer, who gave me this gig 2 years ago with him and Dina Howard, of course, for Niners Radio, and the Bay Area Alumni Chapter, Leanne Gerlich, former Super Bowl champion, 49ers Dennis Brown, and cast of thousands. This is going to be very special because once we start getting getting revenue, or if I get something out of this, we're trying to get this to the next level, not only to just do games with road trips as well down the road, trying to get the necessity equipment and tools to build this thing into a consistent basis, not only nationally, locally, but nationally and globally as well. So continue your support. Click the subscribe button, youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. Please click the subscribe button. If you do, you'll get all the content, catch all the content from tonight, all the content from the past and present and it's going to be a good thing. And one more thing, so that's going to do it for tonight. Brian Professor B. Davis, we're going to get ready to sign off now. It is, local time is 9:47, almost 13 minutes before the top of the hour, 10 o'clock. Brian Professor B. Davis signing off, and so long. Once again, the final score, Niners over the Seahawks up at Luman Field up in Seattle. Niners 36, Seahawks 13. Brian Professor B. Davis for Niners Radio 49 in association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network, where every team has a fan and every fan has a voice. The network home of champions. 49ers football. Faithful then, faithful now. Go Niners!